Okay, so we're going to move on to some dynamic analysis. We've got a cheat engine and we have our client running, and I'm already in the game. Now, I don't know how this is going to go. It could either, this will prove whether or not this will be very, very easy, or whether or not it will require a little bit more thought. And the reason that I say that is because what we're going to try and do is we are going to find the value of a variable we want to change, like our mana, our health, our Pwn coins. We are going to use Cheat Engine to scan for that value in running memory. Then we are going to change that value, and then we're going to run another scan to find if there was any variables in memory that changed from what it was to what its current value is, and then we will know that the variable we want to change resides in that memory address, and then we can just simply change the value in that address, and it will change the value in game. This will either be very, very easy because it's possible that that value is simply stored in memory in plain text. Like, for example, we have 100 health. So there may be somewhere in there an address in memory that corresponds to health that has the value 100. I can tell you that if that is the case, that would be extremely rare, and that will make our jobs insanely easy. So I'm going to guess that that's not going to be as easy as that. And the reason for that is because a lot of times the variables are not stored in plain format. Designers will instead use algorithms to not necessarily in terms of security to obfuscate the value of, for example, health, mana, or coins or something like that, but more adding a layer of complexity to make it less easy to alter those variable names, or maybe even because the game is using some other more complex math than simple arithmetic to arrive at the value of those variables in the game. So, for example, my coins, if I have 52 coins, in memory, it may not be the number 52 at that address. Instead, it might be current value, so n times 2 minus 1, or something like that. And it may be that way to make it harder to find that value and change it, but probably it's because it's more like there's some maybe in-game economy or something like that, that it may be based on multiple factors rather than just simply your raw amount. So maybe the value of items in the shop is dependent on the total number of money that the NPC currently has in their inventory, or the number of items that have been sold to it recently, or something like that. So what I'm getting at is that this may be easy, it may be hard, but there's a lot of reasons why it might be hard, and it's not just necessarily developers trying to add some layer of security. And a lot of times, honestly, it's not even the developers making a conscious choice to do this. If they're using like Unity or something like that to write the game, it may be doing these things and they don't even realize that it's doing it. So, all right, so here's Cheat Engine. Here's Pwn Adventure. All right. So right now I have 0 Pwn coins. So I can just go ahead and scan for 0. I bet I'm going to come up with quite a bit. So I've already loaded Pwn Adventure Pwn Adventure 3-132, etc. This is our game binary running here. We are going to do a search for, let's try 0. This is not a great place to start from because there's going to be so many zeros for all kinds of things. Who knows what, maybe there's a 0 value in there for all ammo types right away or something like that. So I don't know. But we are going to search for this exact value, and yeah, let's see what we get. We're going to hit first scan here. Nothing, really. Okay. Or is it still running? Oh, it's Cheat Engine is hung up. It found so many that it's going to take a little while for it to recover, it seems. Yeah. Tons of them. And, it's not unusual, like, if you're doing, like, a real game, like, I mean, Pwn Adventure 3 there's a lot of verisimilitude to this little exercise here. This is as much of a game as I would, or even more of a game than I would hope for, rather, than you know, just for a simple exercise like this. But when I say real game, I mean like if you're doing like a AAA title or something like that, it's not unusual to come back with millions of results, as we did here. We have 82 million results. So this is not necessarily a weird place to start from at all. But what we're going to do is we're going to change the value now of the Pwn coins amount by trying to sell this ammo that I got. Hola, mi Japan. Sell 2 Pwn coins. Sell 1 for 2. Okay. All right. So I went from 0 to 2. Let's change this value to 2. And instead of exact value, we're going to go to an increased value. No. We don't want an increased value. Yeah, we do want an increased value. Okay, so then we're going to hit next scan. And now we have 3 million from our 82 million. So these are all of the ones that increased. This says it increased from 2 to 2, 33 to 33. Oh, I forgot to compare it to the first scan. Dag nabbit. All right, let's try that again. All right, now we're looking for one with a value currently of 2 from 0, and here we have one. Let's add this. Cheat engine's hung up again. Oh, I tell you, only the best. Only the best for the faculty at this university. It's not just the faculty. I mean, this university has budget issues, and everyone feels it. But it makes it really hard to do instruction when I have to. I'm going to stop complaining about it. What's the point? Come on, cheat engine, you can do it. My CPU is pinned. What? OBS, Pwn Adventure 3, cheat engine. Do I not have my priority set? Excuse me. Correctly here. Set priority high. Change priority. All right, cheat engine. Come on, you can do it. There we go. Okay. Accidentally added it twice. We don't need that, so we'll right-click and delete this record. Yes. Okay. Now, simply what we can do is we can just simply change the value here from 2 to whatever we want, and if it works, which means if our current stock of Pwn coins is held at this memory address, then it should change. Now, we may not be able to... Oh, here's another one. Add that one too. Let me quick poke around here and see what else we got. 2, 5, 4. Okay, I just wanted to see if I saw another one pop up here. Let's see. Here we got another one. 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 We got a lot of them. We might just take what we've got and see. All right, let's start with that. We've got, like, if we keep going, we're gonna find more and more. I can already see a couple more. Let's do what we got. See if we get lucky and we find the value right away, and if not, then we'll sell another bullet to increase again, and we'll compare it to the new value, which will be 4. And so then if we have one that goes from 2 to 4, then hopefully that will produce the number of things we got. Anyway, so what I'm going to do then is I'm going to go to the top of our memory addresses here. I'm going to go to this value, and simply we double click on it, and we can change it, and I'm going to change it to 18. Now, if I do this, it should update my Pwn coins in the game, but it may not be obvious that it is updated. It might not change the number. And the reason for that is because it depends on what is triggering that number to be displayed. So what I'm getting at is, does the game client check to see the number of Pwn coins you have, for example, when you open your inventory? Or does it update that value in the UI when you get new coins and it needs to do a new calculation, right? So does it do it when I open my inventory, or does it do it if I get new Pwn coins and then it goes back to that memory address and checks and say, okay, you currently have this, you just picked up that, add them together, this is our new value, and then update the UI. So I'm going to make this change, and then what we really got to do is we really got to get some more Pwn coins, right, so that it does that evaluation. So let's change this to 18. Go back to our client. Resume game. All right, I only have 2 Pwn coins, but it is possible if we sell another bullet, it may... Right now I only have 4 Pwn coins, because that was not the address that contains our current. All right, so I'm going to change this back to 2, and then we're going to do another scan. Now we're looking for one that goes from 0 to 4. And we're going to go ahead and get rid of all these because they're clearly not what we need. There's one. That's not the one that we were just looking at. Because if that's the one we were just looking at, like the one we had just changed. There's another one. Here's another one. I'm going to do an exact value match here from 2, and we're going to compare it to our first scan, because I'm coming up with too many possibilities here, and I still have 3,780 results here. Oh, interestingly enough, yeah, we have some that the values are continually changing on us. Now, what could those be? I'm not moving. I'm not moving in the game. So it's not my current location. I'm not jumping or firing or buying anything. I don't know what these values that continually change. All right, let's give these a shot. Let's start with the bottom this time. We'll do 18. Okay. Still only 4 Pwn coins. Major pain. Sell a bullet. 6 Pwn coins. Okay. That wasn't it either, but now let's see if we have any here that have changed. We have many that are changing. I saw a 6, but that's 36. I'm looking for, so I just did a search for 4, and then I just incremented that to 6. So now I'm looking for one that has a constant static value of 6, because that meant that it was 4 when I did the search, but it is now 6. It's going to take, I would say, a sharp eye, but I'm not necessarily qualified for that. And if we don't see it, then all it means is that the value, whatever it is not being kept in raw format. So we have to figure out what algorithm they're using to derive these values, and then search for that. But figuring out what that is would be a little bit more difficult than just flailing around in the dark like we're doing now. I don't... Oops, did I see a 6? No, that was 9. It would be nice if we... See, the thing is that 4 is also going to be a very common result, right? It's a nice low number. It would be nice if we had a weird number, right? Like a 67 or a 73 or a 52 or something that that wouldn't necessarily be the same value for a lot of other things as we see here. There's just so many to look through. Oh, I know I saw 6. There we go. Let's try that. Nope. 6 Pwn coins, and if I sell a bullet, 8 Pwn coins. Okay. So, I thought that was it. Wasn't it? Sadly. Alright, so now we're looking for one that has a value of 8. Let me, there's no reason for you to sit here watching me scroll through this. I will pause the video and I'll get back to you if I find an 8. Alright, so I didn't find an 8 looking through the list, so what I did is I just changed my search value to 8, ran the next scan, and I only have 5. So I don't want to risk overflowing, so let's just do 9,999. Okay. Zoom. All right, we got our Pwn coins. Hello, Major Pain. I just realized that I have literally thousands of Pwn coins. I'm sorry, I forgot before. So let's buy the Glock 17 for 313 Pwn coins. My Pwn coins didn't go down. Did that work? Oh, man, it didn't work. It changed the value, but it didn't actually... Okay, so that means that the transaction is not evaluating... It's not evaluating that. This is a different value. It's just the variable that's being displayed there is just like a string or something. It's not actually doing that for the transaction. Damn it. Thought we had it for a second, but that's okay. Because it might mean... Oh, that did work. It definitely took away Pwn coins. Yeah. Rifle ammo. Pistol ammo. That didn't... Why is it sometimes working and sometimes not? No, that didn't work. Maybe because... Okay, so what did I just do? It was able to buy the things that I could afford with the 8 Pwn coins I originally had. Okay. So yeah, we changed the number of Pwn coins we apparently have, but not the number of Pwn coins that it actually has available for you know, sale. And now one of our addresses is bouncing around all over the place, and one of them has traded down to 4. Okay, so let's do some math. I had 8 Pwn coins. I now have apparently 9,992, which, if it's displaying correctly, is 7 less. So I should have 1 Pwn coin. So the value in that slot should be 1. One of them is changed to 4. Let's change this one. 9,992. Let's try this. No, okay. So that's not it. Nope. Okay. All right. So we were close. We've got to be getting close, because we're able to. Well, okay, not necessarily now that I think of it, because it's entirely possible because the value that we were able to change is just the display value, not the actual value. It's totally possible that that is plain text, but the memory address with the number of usable Pwn coins is not written in plain, so that's entirely possible. Okay. Let's see. Did I not change that before? I don't remember changing this address back. Okay. No. All right, I must have changed it back, I guess. Okay. And now this value is static again. I'm just going to change it anyway, and we'll give it a try, just for the sake of completeness. Yeah, okay. I didn't expect that one to work, because that clearly is not anything to do... Yeah, because it's changing regularly, so it's definitely not this. Let's do this. Yep, and we are going to rename this... Where are you? Where are you? So change record. There we go. Description will be Pwn coins displayed. Okay. And we'll change this one back to... Damn it. This one back to 8. This one reverted back to 4 again for some reason. Don't have any idea what that is. Okay. All right, well, my new value is back to 1 again. That's going to give me way too many results. I'm going to be back in the same boat. Don't know what those are, so I'm just going to get rid of them. Next, what? Nothing. Really? Okay. Let's do a new scan. What the hell? All right. Six. There we go. I just disassembled this memory region because I'm going to be I'm using the memory viewer here. I'm going to step through and I want to see where it's deriving, because this here contains the variable for the number of Pwn coins that it thinks that we have. And that means that if I were to go back here and sell my rifle bullet, right now I had 8 Pwn coins, and then I changed the value from 8 to 9,999. Then I bought some bullets, but I would only allow me to buy anything that I could previously afford with 8 Pwn coins, but it still did the math to reduce the number of Pwn coins being displayed from 9,999 to 9,992, so 7 less. So really what I'm getting at is that even though it's displaying this many Pwn coins, it's still reading a value from somewhere else that has the 8 Pwn coins in it that now currently should have 1. So if I sell this bullet, I should now, whatever address that is, should now have 3 in it. And it did increase the number of Pwn coins I have. So it is still accessing that memory address. It has to be. All right, so that's what was changed. Okay. It's only 141, so I don't see any that look like they were changed to... the only one that was changed to 9,994 is the displayed address, which we know doesn't necessarily correlate to the actual number of Pwn coins we have. And I don't see any that were changed from 1 to 3, but of course I wouldn't see that because I searched for 9,992. I do see this, which was changed to 1. And I wonder, is this displaying the number of Pwn coins that I had? Or could it be that the value in this or this memory address, which are the only other 2 that were changed, is somehow an expression of the number of Pwn coins I have? Like I said, it's not always going to be, 3 doesn't always equal 3. 3 might be derived by some other complicated algorithm. We can figure that out, I guess, by changing them and seeing if the number of Pwn coins we have available differs. I'm going to change this 1, because this 1 could be part of a memory address that holds one part of that algorithm, as in I had 1 Pwn coin, I'm adding this many Pwn coins, and now my new result is being stored somewhere else. And if I can do that, if I can change this value to being my current Pwn coins are 100, and then I'm adding this many, then it should, if I sell something, give me a lot more Pwn coins than it ought to. So I'm going to change this to 100. And I mean, I also have the memory viewer here, but this might work, so I'm going to give this a try. Okay, that didn't do it. No. So whatever these are being changed for some reason in the transaction process, but I don't know what for. Which leaves this guy right here with this strange number. that value, I'm going to change the description for these while we're at it. Let's see, drinks, something to do with the transaction, whatever it is. I don't know what it is, but it has something to do because we did a transaction and those values changed. So from 992 to whatever they are. And now I have 9,996, which means I've gained 4, which means I should be at 5, which is a nice, strange number that if I search for 5, I should come back with less than millions of results to look at. But this value here changed as well. What is this? It's not a hex value, so it's not encoded data. I don't know. I guess let's change it and see what we get. I wonder what would happen if we set our displayed Pwn coins to 0 and then sold something. So it would technically be displaying a negative number. I wonder if that would bork things up or not. Oh, I'm sorry, I'm getting a phone call. I'm sick. Oh, where'd you go? Ah, it's ringing. Wait, what? My mouse died. What the hell is going on here? What? Lights on, nobody's home. Keyboard's not working either. Must be the dongle. Excuse me for a moment. There we go. Anyway. All right. Back to doing what we were doing. All right. I have no idea what this value could be. I can't think of anything. It doesn't end in a 0 or a 5, so it's not going to be multiplication with our current value. It ends in a 2. So whatever it is, it's going to be some kind of complicated formula, if this is indeed our current number of points. I am going to not change this for now. I'm going to leave it here so that I can monitor it, but I'm not going to do that. Instead, what I'm going to do is I'm going to search for the new value of 5, which should be our current number of Pwn coins that we actually have. I'm going to compare it. Nah, let's leave it. Why is this not scanning properly? I shouldn't have to do a new scan every time. $347,000. Okay. Too many to go through. We're not going to be able to do this. We're going to need to change the value and check again. Sell 1 bullet. So now I should have 7 Pwn coins in that place, wherever it is. 7 per scan. 99. We can rule this one out and this one because they're still currently changing for some reason. All the rest of these are suspects. Let's do it again and we'll end up with 9 Pwn coins. $150,000. Okay. Well, I noticed that these values have changed. That one apparently has not. So this must not have anything to do really with the transaction process, or the number of coins we have, or the number of coins we're gaining, anything like that. I'm not convinced that these don't, but they might not be what I thought they were. And now we're at 10,000 Pwn coins, so let's go again. So 1 bullet. Now we're at 11. Increased value by 2. Okay. 54. So these are the values that increased by 2 from 9 to 11. One of them is bouncing back and forth, so that's probably not it. These moved from 11 to 12. These are bouncing around to 12. This one's bouncing around. Okay, so these aren't them. This is with 45. It's still kind of a lot. I wonder if I edit the Pwn coins displayed to a null value, if I change it. Well, let's go back to our memory view because we kind of opened that up and then we skipped quick. So let's just see what we got. Looks like we are way past that memory address now. Let's go back. All right, age byte pointer. Okay, here's an address 266. Let's add that address manually. Okay. 262144. And that changed. Okay. So that's not that. Let's sell one more and we'll do another scan for increasing by 4. Nothing. Okay. Should be 13 then. It didn't change this, so that must not be the address where the value is being stored. Okay. Increased by 2 again. $24. Okay. And all of these are evidently static. But I'm going to go back into the game and I'm actually going to move around a little bit and maybe shoot some fireballs and stuff and see how many, if any of these values change. Because if I don't, as long as I don't buy anything, sell anything, or pick up any Pwn coins, that value should remain static. But maybe the rest of these won't. So let's take a walk around, listen to the cool music, climb a tree. Jump through a window. Haha. Sell stuff through the wall too. Oh wait, I tried that last time. Shoot some fireballs. Do some jumps. Change areas maybe. Well, we did have a music change when we did a transition from the sewer. So that must be where an area cell is loaded in. So let's go over there and we'll head back that way. Just in case any of those variables happen to do anything at all with, you know, the music or the cell number or whatever. Waiting for the music change. There we go. Alright, then we come back out. Run away from them dangerous rats. And there's Pony Island again. Okay. Alright, let's go back. Alright, so we did have some change. These are changing. Oh, I'm getting a phone call again, and now my mouse works, so I can actually... Okay, I'm back. Had to take that phone call with Palo Alto, and then I had to reply to an email from Sergeant James over at the PD. So, where was I? Yeah. The increased value by 2. So my current count of Pwn coins is 15, which was increased from 13. Oh yeah, and I went out and I moved around and I shot some fireballs and I did some stuff. To see if I could weed out any more of those, and I think I was able to get rid of 3 more. So I'm down to 21 addresses that had that increment. Yeah, just about. Let's see. I am going to go sell another bullet and see if we have anything that increases to 17. Really, I hate not being able to sprint faster than this. Like, I can walk, but I can't. Zip, zop, zooey. Yeah, this is going to be a long part 4. I said I was going to stop part 3 so that I could, you know, figure it out and then get back to you. I should probably do that at this point because I've already shown that we can edit these results. It's just that we don't have quite the right one just yet. Sell 1 bullet. Okay. Okay, these are all now 0. So none of these. Okay, let's go to a new scan. At this point, I'm confident in saying that whatever the value of our current number of Pwn coins, it is not direct, clear text. Now, what I could do in this situation is I could go back to Ghidra, look through the code to see if I can find the algorithm that determines the number of Pwn coins we have, and then I can do the math and figure out what the current value should be if it is 17. Let me double check. Current value is 10,008. I started out with 8, and then I was 999,000. Then I spent 7, so I was down to 9,992. 9,992. That's 8 to get to 10,000. So actually, it's 16, right? Am I missing a number there somewhere? No, it's 17 because I had 1 coin plus 8 plus 8. All right, so it's actually 17 is the current value. Let me just do a quick scan on 17. 5,000. All right, so anyway, yeah, I could go through Ghidra and see if I can find that algorithm, and I might do that in between part 3 and 4 here. But what I'm also going to do is I'm going to try and find, let's see. Excuse me. Sorry. Let's see. I could do a scan to, like, what do they call it? An unknown value scan. But they don't have, they have exact value. There's no more any longer any unknown initial value scan. Okay. I'm going to stop part 3 here then, and then I'm going to go through Ghidra to see if I can find that calculation. And if I do, that's where we'll pick up part 4. And if I don't, then we'll pick up part 4 with me explaining how I failed, I guess.